Welcome to the video class. We are studying about the photosynthesis. Let's continue the study of the photosynthesis. Mechanism of the photosynthesis. Mechanism. The mechanism of the photosynthesis, it completes under the stages, the first phase and the second phase. The first phase of the mechanism of the photosynthesis termed as the light reactions, and the second phase of the photosynthesis of the mechanism of the photosynthesis known as the dark reactions of the photosynthesis. During the light reactions of the photosynthesis, we discussed something about the light reactions of the photosynthesis earlier. These are light dependent reactions, so therefore termed as a light reactions of the photosynthesis. These reactions takes place in the grana thallicoids of the grana region of the chloroplast plastid. During the late reactions of the photosynthesis, the conversion of the radiant energy into a chemical energy takes place. These are the very important events that occur during the photosynthesis. And when they absorb a solar radiant energy, they convert the same into a chemical energy, and they store in the food the carbohydrates formed during the photosynthesis. And evolution of the molecular oxygen also takes place during the light reactions of the photosynthesis. Reducing powers such as NADPH plus H, NADPH2, and the ATP molecules also formed during the light reactions of the photosynthesis. Other than this, the oxygen molecules will be formed after the photolysis of the water. Photolysis of the water. These are the very important the events that occur during the process of the photosynthesis, that is during the light reactions of the photosynthesis. Light reactions are nothing but these are light dependent reactions, takes place in the grana region of the chloroplast plastid during a daytime when the light is available to the plants. Then during the late reactions of the photosynthesis, plants absorb the solar radiant energy and they convert the same into a chemical energy. That is, they prepare the food material during a photosynthesis. This solar radiant energy, it is used to prepare the carbohydrates or the food molecules. So they store the energy in the food molecules that are formed during the photosynthesis. This is nothing but the conversion of the solar radiant energy into a chemical energy. Then during the light reactions of the photosynthesis, during a daytime, the plants also release considerable amount of the oxygen as a byproduct of the photosynthesis. That is, the evolution of the molecular oxygen takes place during the light reactions of the photosynthesis. Then during the light reactions of the photosynthesis, the photolysis or ionization of the water molecule takes place. The water molecule, it splits into a H plus and then OH minus ions. The splitting up of the water molecule into a H plus and then OH minus ions is also known as the photolysis or the ionization of the water. It takes place in presence of very specialized, the unknown, the enzyme Z, and also participation of manganese Mn+2 and chlorine, the Cl minus ions. Other than this, during the photolysis of the water, number of the enzymes involved, the molecular oxygen is released only after the photolysis of the water. Number of the protons, H plus ions, are also released after the photolysis of the water. The protons, H plus ions, are again utilized for the reduction of NADPH into a NADPH2, NADPH plus H plus ions. So the photolysis of the water, it is associated to the formation of NADPH into a NADPH2 molecules, and then reducing power ATP are also formed. It is the ADP get converted into a ATP. The process is known as photophosphorylation. The process of the formation of the ATP molecules by the addition of the inorganic phosphate to the ADP in presence of the sunlight is termed as the photophosphorylation. So in the process of the photosynthesis, the two pigment systems are involved: pigment system first and then pigment system second. During the mechanism of the photosynthesis, especially during the light reactions of the photosynthesis, the photophosphorylation, that is that is the formation of the ATP and NADPH2 molecules are associated with the cyclic photophosphorylation and non-cyclic photophosphorylation, the cyclic electron transport system and non-cyclic electron transport system. Especially during the photophosphorylation, ATP molecules are generated, and the NADPH reduced into a NADPH2 during the electron transport systems. So here there are two photophosphorylations and electron transport systems involved, associated with the mechanism of the photosynthesis. These are the important events that occur during the light reactions of the photosynthesis. Let's by remembering these important events of the light reactions, we can continue the study of the photosynthesis. Let's continue to understand uh, how the plants convert the solar radiant energy into chemical energy, how they exactly release the molecular oxygen, and how they exactly convert the NADPH into a NADPH2, how the ATP molecules are generated during the light reactions when the light is available to them during a daytime. During a daytime. During a daytime, plants continuously absorb the carbon dioxide from the atmospheric air as they open the stomata during a daytime. Stomata help the plant to get in considerable amount of the carbon dioxide, and also it is through these stomata there is an evolution, there is an release of the, or there is an escape of the oxygen takes place from the internal tissue of the plant. The considerable amount of oxygen also released to the atmospheric air through the stomata. So this means that when the light is available to the plants, the photosynthesis, it starts. It starts. The first and foremost, the reaction of the photosynthesis is the evolution of the molecular oxygen. The plants release the oxygen during the photosynthesis when the light is available to them. The first photochemical reaction which occur during the photosynthesis, it is believed to be the evolution of the oxygen. Earlier I discussed that the evolution of the oxygen takes place only after the photolysis of the water. It is the splitting up of the water molecules into a H plus and then OH minus ions. When the number of OH minus ions are formed, the OH minus ions and then OH minus ions again they combine together to form a oxygen molecule. This oxygen molecule escape out from the open stomata during the daytime. So the evolution of the molecular oxygen is believed to be the first the reaction of the photosynthesis. The light reactions, the entire almost all the different the reactions of the different different the reactions of the entire light reactions can be understood under these headings: the red drop, red drop, red drop, Emerson enhancement effect, Emerson enhancement effect, enhancement effect. Then the third one, the pigment systems, pigment systems. Then red drop, Emerson enhancement effect, the pigment systems, uh, evolution of molecular oxygen, evolution of oxygen. Then formation of reducing powers, assimilatory powers, formation of assimilatory powers, assimilatory powers. That is the non-cyclic photophosphorylation and non-cyclic electron transport chain. Cyclic photophosphorylation and cyclic electron transport chain. The red drop, Emerson enhancement effect, the two pigment systems, the two pigment systems, and formation of the oxygen molecule, and the formation of assimilatory powers, reducing powers, known as NADPH2 and ATP molecules. Let's study the red drop. It was the Robert Emerson who proposed the red drop concept. The red drop concept is that during a photosynthesis, while determining the quantum yield of the photosynthesis, he was used the light rays. When he was used the monochromatic light rays having a 680 nanometer, the millimicron, the wavelength, the capacity of the wavelength, he was observed the sharp decrease in the quantum yield of the photosynthesis in presence of the red colored light rays having the more than 680 nanometer or 680 millimicron the wavelength. As the sharp decrease in the quantum yield of the photosynthesis occur in the red band, the red colored light rays, it is commonly termed as the red drop effect. This is the one thing. This means that suddenly there is a decrease in the quantum yield of the photosynthesis occur in presence of the red colored light rays having a more than 680 nanometer, 680 millimicron the wavelength. This is one thing. Another thing is that Emerson enhancement effect. Robert Emerson and his co-workers also observed the enhancement effect of far red colored light rays. In order to understand the quantum yield of the photosynthesis, Robert Emerson and his co-workers continuously supplied the far red colored light rays, the light rays having the wavelength of more than 680 nanometer. Intermittently, they were also supplied the red colored light rays having a shorter wavelength. Instantly they mixed together. Alternatively, they supply the far red colored light rays and the short colored red light rays. They were become successful in observing the fact that the far in presence of the far red colored light rays, the quantum yield of the photosynthesis increased. This means that there is a that means what, the photosynthesis occur very actively. The far red colored light rays enhanced the process of the photosynthesis in presence of the red colored light rays. This is termed as the Emerson enhancement effect. When they supply alternatively far red colored light rays and red colored light rays having a longer wavelength and a shorter wavelength. Alternatively, far red colored light rays having a more the wavelength capacity enhanced the process of the photosynthesis, termed as the Emerson enhancement effect. These two concepts, the red drop and Emerson enhancement effect, clearly shows the presence of the two pigment systems, the pigment system first and pigment system second. Here there are the two pigment systems. You may call as a photosystems or a pigment systems. Photosystem first and photosystem second. PES, photosystem first, photosystem second. Pigment system first and pigment system second. Pigment system first actually consists of about 200 to 400 chlorophyll molecules of about 40 to 50 number of carotenoid molecules, carotenoids. The reaction center, which is a chlorophyll A molecule, its capacity is 700 millimicron. Then photosystem first usually absorb the light rays having the more wavelength. Then other than this, pigment system first participate in both the cyclic and non-cyclic photophosphorylation. The pigment system first, it is present towards the margin region of the grana thylakoid, of the granum of the chloroplast plastid. Photosystem first involved in the process of the formation of NADPH plus H ions, reducing powers or assimilatory powers of the light reactions of the photosynthesis. Pigment system first does not participate in the process of the evolution of the molecular oxygen. It does not participate. This is about the pigment system first. Again, I would like to discuss is that the core complex and the light harvesting complex. The core complex of the pigment system first consists of about 40 to 50 number of the chlorophyll A molecules. Core complex of a pigment system first is nothing but It is a pigment protein complex. It is a pigment protein complex. It is a core complex. Core complex. It is a pigment protein complex. Pigment protein complex. This pigment protein complex consists of the chlorophyll molecules of about 40 to 50 number of the chlorophyll molecules. Each and each and every means what? These two, pigment system first and pigment system 2, consists of the core complex and light harvesting the complex. The core complex consists of the reaction center, which is a chlorophyll A molecule having a P700 millimicron, the wavelength, and the electron donors and electron recipients. Number of electron donors and electron recipients are associated with the core complex of the pigment system first. The light harvesting complex of the pigment system first consists of the number of the xanthophyll molecules, carotenoids, and the plastocyanin, number of the other the pigments associated with the light harvesting complex. Light harvesting complex consists of the number of carotenoids, especially the xanthophyll molecules and the plastocyanin. These light harvesting complex actually participate in the process of the light harvestation. When they get the solar radiant energy, they absorb and transfer the same to the reaction center, and from the reaction center, finally the excited electron, it is emitted, and it transfer, and it moves to the number of the electron carrier molecules. So this is about the pigment system first of the light reactions of the photosynthesis. On the other hand, the pigment system second also consists of the core complex molecules and the light harvesting complex molecules. The core complex and the light harvesting complex. The core complex molecules and light harvesting the complex molecules again cheaply consists of about 200 chlorophyll molecules. The reaction center, single reaction center of the pigment system first consists of the chlorophyll A. Its capacity, it absorbs the light rays having a up to a 680 nanometer or the micrometer, millimicron wave. The reaction center of the pigment system first, it is the chlorophyll A 680 millimicron the wavelength. It consists of about 200 the chlorophyll molecules, one reaction center. It also consists of the core complex and light harvesting complex molecules. The core complex actually consists of, it is also the pigment protein complex. The pigment protein complex consists of the chlorophyll molecules, the reaction center, and the plastoquinone and quinine, plastocyanin, and as well as a number of other unknown enzymes, and the participation of Mn+2 chlorine minus Cl minus Mn plus 2 Cl minus and unknown the enzyme Z, unknown enzyme Z, plastocyanin the plastoquinone Mn plus 2 Cl minus ions and unknown enzyme the Z, also associated together with the pigment system second. As such, this the pigment system second is concerned. Pigment system second present towards the center of the towards the center of the towards the center of the uh, grana thylakoids. Then pigment system second involve in the evolution of the molecular oxygen. Molecular oxygen, it is formed during the late reactions of the photosynthesis. So it is the pigment system second associated with the evolution of the molecular oxygen. Evolution of the molecular oxygen. Pigment system second does not involve, does not participate in the formation of the assimilatory powers. Other than this, it is associated with the ionization of the water, that is the photolysis of the water. Number of H plus and then OH minus ions are formed. H plus, that is the protons are also formed. Here the oxygen molecule, whatever the amount of the oxygen that is released during the photosynthesis, associated together with the photosystem second. Photosystem second involved in the non-cyclic photophosphorylation. Non-cyclic photophosphorylation and a non-cyclic electron transport chain. Non-cyclic electron transport chain and non-cyclic photophosphorylation. This is about the pigment system second. There are two pigment systems or photosystems, photosystem first and photosystem second. These two systems greatly participate in the process of the that is the various number of the light reactions of the photosynthesis. Almost all the different events, that is the evolution of the oxygen, conversion of the solar radiant energy into a chemical energy, then formation of the reducing powers ATP and then NADPH2, the photolysis of the water, all the events of the light reactions as they occur in the grana region of the chloroplast plastids. The light harvestation associated with the pigments, the number of the pigments, both the pigment system first and pigment system second, as they contain the core complex molecules and the light harvesting the molecules, light harvesting complex molecules, nothing but also termed as antenna complex molecules. Light harvestation takes place with the help of the light harvesting complex, also called antenna complex molecules. Number of antenna complex molecules participate in both the pigment systems. When the sunlight, when the photon of light, when the light rays containing a photon of light, photon of the light, when it strikes the light harvesting complex molecules, antenna complex molecules, they absorb the solar radiant energy and transfer the same to the reaction center. From the reaction center, there is a formation of, there is a release of the electron, excited electron takes place in both the pigment systems. So both the pigment systems, as they contain the core complex molecules and light harvesting molecules. This is very important. Let's continue the study of the photolysis of the water. The photolysis of the water. Photolysis of the water takes place. It takes place especially during the non-cyclic photophosphorylation or the non-cyclic electron transport chain. That is very important. What happens? Photolysis of the water. Photolysis. Ionization of the water is also termed as photolysis of the water. The water molecule, it splits into a H plus and OH minus ions. Splitting up of the water molecule into a H plus and then OH minus ions termed as the ionization of the water, also called photolysis of the water. When a number of H plus ions are formed, H plus like this, number of the protons or proton molecules are formed. The OH minus ions, the number of OH minus ions and OH minus ions, they combine together. OH minus plus OH minus ions, they combine together to form H2O, and the reason evolution of the molecular oxygen takes place. There is an evolution of the molecular oxygen takes place. Molecular oxygen takes place like this. It is termed as the photolysis of the water. It takes place in presence of the unknown enzyme known as the Z, and as well as manganese Mn+2 and the Cl minus ions also very essentially required for the photolysis of the water. Without the enzyme Z and manganese ions and the chlorine ions, there is no photolysis. Remember this. The photolysis occur during the daytime, during the light reactions of the photosynthesis. The photolysis is the source of the evolution of the molecular oxygen and as well as the formation of the H plus, that is the proton molecules, the protons. It is these protons, H plus ions, the protons, they convert the NADP into a NADPH2. These become responsible for reducing the NADP into a NADPH2 the molecules. I stop here, and I shall continue in another video class with the non-cyclic photophosphorylation and the non-cyclic photophosphorylation and non-cyclic electron transport chain. That is the formation of reducing powers, ATP and then NADPH2 molecules, how they are generated during the light reactions of the photosynthesis. We can understand the formation of the reducing powers with the cyclic photophosphorylation and non-cyclic photophosphorylation, the cyclic electron transport chain and non-cyclic the electron transport chain. What happens actually, the non-cyclic photophosphorylation and the non-cyclic electron transport system exist and operate always within the plant body, but the cyclic photophosphorylation or the cyclic electron transport chain, it operates only when there is a need for further the reducing powers and ATP molecules required for the process of the photosynthesis, which are required for the assimilation of the carbon dioxide into a carbohydrate. Only during such situations the cyclic photophosphorylation takes place. This is the exact the condition. Always within the plant body, non-cyclic photophosphorylation, non-cyclic electron transport system operate. Let's continue the another class with the non-cyclic electron transport system, electron transport chain, and the study of non-cyclic photophosphorylation. The study of the electron transport chain and the non-cyclic photophosphorylation gives us an idea how exactly all the light reactions means what important events of the light reactions completes within the plant body, and it may be the core complex molecules, that is pigment protein complex molecules, and light harvesting complex molecules. Other than these, the core complex molecules, the protein pigment molecules, and the light harvesting complex molecules, cytochrome B6F complex molecules also participate in the process of the light harvestation, or in other words, the reactions of the photosynthesis. Cytochrome B6F complex, the molecules are also greatly participate in the light reactions of the photosynthesis. And ATPase enzyme, ATPase is the enzyme act as a coupling factor. CF0 and CF1 act as a coupling factor. The ATPase enzyme are the coupling factor. CF0, CF1 coupling factor. It becomes responsible for the addition of the inorganic phosphate to ADP and formation of the ATP molecules takes place. So remember, the core complex molecules, light harvesting complex molecules, cytochrome B6F complex molecule, ATPase, the ATP synthetase enzyme, also termed as ATPase. These are very much essentially associated together with the surface of the grana thylakoid. There is where the light harvestation and formation of the ATP, evolution of the oxygen, and the formation of reducing powers NADPH into NADPH2 molecules takes place. So the grana thylakoids, the granum of the chloroplast platters associated with the light harvestation. I stop here and continue with the non-cyclic photophosphorylation and the electron transport chain, the non-cyclic electron transport, the chain. Thank you for watching this video class. Thanks.